Hello students, welcome you all for a video lecture on automata theory and computability. In the last video, we had discussed about a string which is made up of a alphabet, where alphabet are the set of symbols. So using these symbols, you are going to frame a strings for a particular language. Okay. So in the last video, you had seen the functions on a string. So mainly we had seen four functions. First one is a length function which give me a length of the string. Second function is a concatenation function which we are going to apply on a strings. So to join two strings, we are going to perform a concatenation operation. Third function is a replication, where we get the reverse of the string, where the particular character is replicated a given number of times. Example, we had taken a raised to 3. So a will occur 3 times in a language as a string. Next function was a reversal function, where we find the reverse of a given string. For example, a b b is a string, given string. So when I find a w raised to r, that is a reversal of string, what I get? b b a. So these are the four functions that we are going to apply on a string. After that, we had seen the relation on a string. So what is a substring, what is a prefix of a string, given string, what is a suffix of a given string, and so on. So what is a substring? A substring is a part of a given string, where substring S should not be a given string T. Okay, so it should contain the part of a given string, not the whole string. Okay, so if it contains the part of the given string, if the strings are made by taking the part of a given string, then those strings are called as a proper substring of a given strings. Next was a prefix. So the left part of a string is called as a prefix of a given string. For example, if I take A, B, B, A, then the prefix of this is A, AB, ABB. Okay, so these are called as a prefix of a given string. Next, the suffix or a postfix, you can say, of a given string is nothing but the right part of a string is called as a suffix. For example, if I take A, B, B, A, so the suffix of a given string is A, AB, ABB, and so on. Okay, so this is all about the relation on a string. Today we will see another topic called as the languages. Okay, so why we studied the alphabet and the strings? Because you want to frame a language. Okay, so for a particular language, the language is recognized by its strings, and strings are recognized by a alphabet set. Okay, so alphabets are used to form the strings, and strings are used to form a particular languages. Okay, so let's see the definition of a language. A language is a finite or infinite set of strings. So language may have a finite set of strings, or it may have an infinite set of strings. So it may contain a limited strings, or it may contain an infinite number of strings, or an alphabet, finite alphabet. Okay, so the language may have a finite or infinite set of strings, but these strings are formed by considering the finite alphabet. Okay, so alphabets are finite here, fixed here. Alphabets are fixed, so using those alphabets you are going to frame a strings, and these strings may be in a number, finite number, or it may be a infinite number of strings. So these finite and infinite number of strings form a language. Okay, they are used to form a language. So when we are talking about a more than one language, we will use a notation alphabet, that is summation of L. So this summation of L, it means the alphabet from which the strings in the language L are formed. So alphabet give me what? The alphabet set. So using this alphabet you are going to form the language. So this is shown by a notation summation of L. So here we will take a example for a language. Okay, so as I said, you are going to frame a n number of language by a given finite alphabet. By a given finite alphabet. Even though the alphabet is a single alphabet, you can form a n number of language by this using this alphabet. Okay. So one example for this is if alphabet equal to A. So what is the symbol you are going to use to form the string? That is small a, and these strings form a different languages. Okay, so using this a, I can form a n number of languages, many languages, more than one languages. Okay, so here first language I am going to write. The first language contains what? The alphabet. Okay, and these alphabets occur sequentially here. So the language may contain one alphabet, two alphabet, three alphabet, or n number of alphabet. Okay, so second language I can form by using the same alphabet is the language which contain the where the occurrence of a is even number of times. So here 0 is a even number of 0 also come in the even number. So 0 is indicated by a epsilon here. So not empty string, it can define an empty string here. Then 2 A's, 4 A's, 6 A's, and so on. Okay, so the occurrence of A in the string is even length. Okay, so this language, it contains what? The strings of even length. It contains the strings of even length, and these strings are framed by using the alphabet A. The next language, the language 3. So here I'm this language define a strings where the occurrence of A is odd in a length. Okay, so here A is occurred one time, then it occurred a 5 time, 7 time, 9 time, and so on. So the occurrence, it define a string of a odd length. Next, the fourth language where the strings are framed by taking the difference 2 and 5. So check out here a is there, then the 3 a's are there, then 7 a's are there, then 9 a's are there, then a raised to 13 is there. So what is the difference between first string and second string? It is 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so the difference between these strings are 2 and 5. So using a single alphabet, I can define a strings for n number of languages. So what is the first language? What it is defined? It contains the strings. It contains the strings where the alphabet A occurred sequentially. Second language where the alphabet A occurs even number of time. Third language where the alphabet occurs odd number of time. Fourth language where the alphabet occurs where the difference between the alphabet is 2 and 5. Next, techniques for defining the language. So there are two techniques to define the language. The first technique is the enumeration or enumerates. So it is also called as a language generator. So language generator and language uh, recognizer, two types are there. Okay, so language generator where which enumerates the element of the language or which list the element of the language. Okay, so which tell us which all elements should be there in the language. Okay, by a statement. So here one example we had considered, let L equal to W is a string which belongs to A or B symbols. So these A or B can occur 0 or any number of times in the string. So what condition they had given here? What all strings should be there in the language? All strings begin with the A. The alphabets of a strings are A and B. But the another condition is what? The string should begin with the A only. So which all strings are there in the language? Check it out. So A, yes, it is beginning with the A. Next, AB, yes, this is right because it is beginning with the A. ABB I can take, AAB I can take, ABB I can take, or ABB, BBB, so I can take all those strings. Next, the strings which are not in a LR, empty string, because it is telling it should begin with a A. So one single A must be there. So empty string not belongs to a language. Next, if the string starting with a B, single character B, it is not allowed because the condition given is it should start with the A only. BA, BBB, BAA are invalid strings. Okay. So based on the language given, you are going to find the strings which are there in the language. At the same time, you are going to frame the strings which are not in a L also. So this practice is very good. So always you write the strings which are not in a L. So it make or it give you a clear idea about the given language or which all strings you should consider for a given language. Next example, let L equal to W. W belongs to A star where the length of W is even. So mod of W they had given. Mod indicate the length here where length of W is even. So A should occur what? Even number of time in a language. So here the strings belongs to the language are 0 because 0 comes under even numbers. So 0 is indicated by empty string, that is epsilon. Next, the even number of A should be there. So 2 A's, 4 A's, 6 A's, 8 A's, 10 A's, 12 A's are there in the language L. And the strings which are not in a language are 1A, 3A, 5A and so on. Okay. Next, so this is the first method, that is enumeration, where you are going to list the elements of a language. Okay. So the language, you are going to find out which all strings belongs to the language and you are going to list it. Second property is defining the property. So you are going to define some property. Okay, so you are going to use some symbols so which give a clear idea about a string belongs to the language. Okay, so a language recognizer, it is called as it is used in the language recognizer, which decides whether or not a candidate string is in a language and return true if it is and false if it is not. Okay, it decides about a candidate strings or a strings belongs to the language. If particular string belongs to the language, then it return true, otherwise it return false. So example, so this example you had seen previously for a enumeration technique. So the same thing is written by using the properties. Okay. So let L equal to X. So X is a string here. You are forming the string. There exists a Y belongs to A comma B star. So A comma B are the what? The symbols that you are going to use to frame a strings. Okay. So but they are telling there exists a Y. Okay. And how we are going to frame the string here? X equal to Y A. X equal to Ya, and what this y should contain, it belongs to what? A comma B. So y value may be A or a B, and these A or B occur any number of times, but that is followed by A. So the meaning of this is what? It this language contain all the strings ending in a A. Okay, the same thing is given in the form of properties. Okay, so some languages are not defined by using the sentences. Those are defined by using the properties. Okay, so properties where you are going to use a such symbol, there exists, belongs to, star and all that. Okay, and the notations you are given. So instead of all strings ending in a you are going to give the notation here, property here, that is x equal to y, where y is belongs to any number of occurrence of a and b. Okay, so the strings belongs to this language are a because it is ending with a. So every string is begin by epsilon. So epsilon a is there. so it is ending with the A, BA, ABA, so A, ABB or ABBA, so ending with the A. So these all strings are valid because these all are ending with the A. The strings not in LR, B, BB, it is ending with a B. Here also it is ending with a B. Epsilon is not allowed because the condition is what? It should end with the A. Okay. So AB is not allowed. ABB is also a string which is not belongs to a language. L. Take a second example here for defining a property. Let L equal to W. W belongs to A star. So W is what? A string. And how we are going to form the string? By considering a symbol A. And how many times this A occurring in the string? 0 or any number of times. Where mod of W, the length of W, mod 3 equal to 1. So what is the meaning of this? The length of W, when you divide it by 3, the remainder, mod operator give me what? The remainder after division. So the remainder should be what? 1 here. For example, if I consider a string which is framed by using a symbol A, okay. If I take a string A, A, okay. So the length of the string is 2 because it has a 2 character. 2 mod 3. What I get? 2 mod 3, what I get? So 2 is divided by 3. So the remainder is what? It is 2. But here it is telling you should consider a string where the remainder is 1. After dividing a string length by a 3, the remainder should be 1 here. But what is the remainder here? 2. So 2 A's are not a valid string. 1A, it is not a valid string. Next, a 3A. 3A, if I consider 3 mod 3 is what? It is 0. But what is a given condition? It should be 1. So 3 also not come in the 3A's are also not allowed in a list, that is valid string list. Okay. If I take a 4A's, if I take a 4A's, if I take a 4A's, sorry, this 1A is allowed because 1 mod 3 is what? The remainder is 3. So that is remainder is 1. So that is allowed here. Next, the 4 mod 3. So you are going to divide a 4 by 3. So what value you get as a remainder? It is a 1. So A raised to 4 is allowed. So 4 A's I can write in a valid string list. Next, if I take a 5, the remainder is 2, so it will not come. If I take a 6, the remainder is 0, it will not come. If I take a 7, 7 is. So 7 mod 3 is equal to 1, so that is a valid string. So I am going to write that in a list. Strings not in L are empty string, A raised to 2, the 2 A's, 3 A's, 5 A's, 6 A's are not allowed. Okay. So this is another way to write the language by using some properties. Okay. Next, let L equal to, this is a third example. So the language where the language contains the string W and this W belongs to a symbol A comma B. The occurrence of these A and B in the string is 0 or any number of times because the star is given. Star indicate these may or may not occur, or it may occur any number of times. So every prefix of W start with a B. So every prefix of W start with a B. So what are the valid strings comes for this? 0. Why? Because every string has a prefix epsilon by default. So what is a given condition here? Every prefix of W start with a B. So epsilon by default it is there, which is begin, every string begin with the epsilon. So here they are telling the prefix of W start with the B. So it is not possible that to start the string with a B. So you get what? The null values for this. So null, 0 values you get. So 0 strings belongs to the language. Since the language are sets, so all set operations you can perform on a languages. Okay. So next we see the operation on a languages. The operations on a languages. set operations. So here I had considered two languages. Let L1 equal to epsilon a raised to 2. So it is defining even number of a's. The L2 language, it is defining the odd number of a's. Okay. So as I said, the languages are a sets. So I can perform the set operations like union, intersection, difference and complement. Okay. So if I perform a union operation on these two languages, L1 union L2, so what I get? So L1 union L2 means, so the strings which are belongs to the L1 set are are taken with the strings belongs to the L2 set. So what I get? I get what? The all the strings which are present in the L1 and L2. So epsilon I'll get, then I'll get A 2 A's, 3 A's, 4 A's, 5 A's, 6 A's, 7 A's. So I'll get what? Whole alphabet set. Okay, so alphabet star ahead. So I'll get all the strings when I perform the union operation. When I perform the intersection operation, so intersection operation means it will take the common things in L1 and L2. So anything is common in a L1 and L2? No. So it will return me what? The null here. Difference. So L1 minus L2. So L1 minus L2. So anything is, then nothing is common in this. So you are not going to subtract anything. So L1 minus L2 will be what? L1 only. Same for L2 minus L1. I will get L2 only. Okay, next, so this is a difference operation that I am going to perform on a languages. So when I perform the difference operation, L1 minus L2, I will get a L1 only. L2 minus L1, I will get a L2 only. Next, the negation of L1 minus L2. So L1 minus L2, what I get? L1 only. So negation of this, I will get what? L2. Okay, so L2 minus L1, what I get? I'll get L2. So negation of L2 is what? L1. This is called a complement operation on a languages. Next, I'm going to, as I said, the language are a sets, so I can perform different functions on a languages. The first function is a concatenation of language. So here two languages are there which has for example I had taken the which has a two strings A, L2 has a XX, YY string. So when I concatenate this, so the every element of L1 concatenated with the element, all the elements of L2. So XX I get, YY I get. Next, when I take the second string of a L1, I must concatenate that with the every string of a L2. So what I get? XX, YY. Next, the concatenation is a function defined on a languages is associative. So this associativity you can show on a concatenation of a languages. So when you concatenate the L1 value with the L2 value, then you combine that with the L3, which is equivalent to what? Concatenating of L2 with the L3, then the resultant string if you concatenate with the L1. So this is the associative rule. Okay, so this is all about the functions on the languages. Next we'll see some important results. So L1 equal to the empty open and close brace indicate this language doesn't have any alphabets. Okay, so null alphabets it has. So when you concatenate L1 to L2, so L2 has XXYY. So when you concatenate L1, L2, you'll get what? Empty set only, because null, when you concatenate with the XY, you'll get a null only. Null into YY is null only. So you'll get what? The empty list. In general, for L with a null, or when you concatenate L with a null or a null with a L, you'll get what? Null only. Next, if L1 equal to epsilon and L2 equal to XXYY, two strings are there, then what you get as a resultant string? So whatever the strings are there in L2, same thing you get. Okay, so if null comes, you will get a null here. If epsilon indicates the empty string. Okay, so when you concatenate empty string with the XX and a YY, you will get what? The L2 itself. Next, L equal to A star. So here some more function you are going to study, that is a clean closure and clean positive. clean closure is written KLEEN. Clean closure is written by this star. So when you write L equal to A star, the language contains what? 0 or any number of times, any number of occurrence of A. Okay, so here the resultant strings in the languages are epsilon indicate 0, A, uh, A raised to 2, A raised to 4, A raised to 6. So 2 A's, 4 A's, 6 A's and so on are there in the L. Then what is a L plus? This is called as a clean positive. So L plus is nothing but L star. So one time the alphabets whatever the alphabet belongs to the language should occur at least one time here. Okay, so L star minus epsilon is nothing but L plus. So whatever the strings comes for a L star, those all comes for a L plus except the epsilon. So it will not support the epsilon here. So epsilon is not a part of L plus. So L plus equal to L star minus epsilon. So L star, whatever the strings you consider for L star, those all comes for a L plus except the epsilon. Okay, so example is given here. When you write a star, so epsilon will come in the list because it is a clean closure. When you write a plus, then epsilon will not come. The remaining thing is there in the A plus. So this is all about the languages, functions on a language, and some important functions. So next class we will see the finite state machine, which is used to accept the given language. Thank you. Thank you. video lecture